Oh, good morning, people. Welcome back to Grumpy Old Git in the Corner on what looks to be an absolutely beautiful Wednesday. It's a nice day if you look out the window. It's just not a nice day if you look at the news. Well, let's get into that to start with, shall we? Now, if you don't think that Roland is taking a piss out of the taxpayer, well, get this. Bad enough he's sending relief to a country that is spending millions on getting into space. They're joining the space race. They've been there for a little while, but now they're stepping it up. But they can spend millions on that, and he still sends them relief. I said this the other day. But he is now, get this, giving nearly £700 million away to somebody else, namely Turkey, to build an electric railway. I think it's £680 million. Roland, you complete weapons grade knob. We pay that money to sort out our own country first, you wanker. That's what we pay our taxes for our care, for our country, not these fucking other ones. Sooner you get that to the front of your head, we might start getting somewhere. Now, these people in Parliament, they've been tearing each other to pieces for breaking parliamentary codes. And this includes misleading Parliament. Many have been pulled down for it. Many are still being investigated for it. So, they're not allowed to mislead each other in Parliament or lie to each other in Parliament. But they can fucking lie and mislead us. That's okay, is it? You. Honestly, it is a den of corruption, as we know. It's getting worse. Now, I remember his promise, or promises, when he got the position. We will lead with integrity. Yeah, right, Roland, you can't lead with something you haven't fucking got, can you? Because none of you have got integrity or morals in there, or even any bit of decency about you. He said again, we will be transparent. Bollocks, have you? The only stuff that we've been seeing and that is put out in public is one, because you've either been forced to show it by a court, or we've done it on your behalf. So don't say you're fucking transparent, because you're far from it. This is what he calls leading the country. Now let me tell you, Roland, you are only a true leader when the people follow you. When nobody follows you, you are treading a very dangerous and lonely path. And that is not being a leader. That is being a dictator and a fucking tyrant. Big breath. Dragging me cigarette. Need a bit of a break there after that one, because yeah, it winds me up when I see this. And the next story isn't much better, to be honest. Greater Manchester Police now. They've hit the headlines again. Mainstream media, papers, everywhere like a rash. Now, this is due to one report I can see. There have been others, but one report by a woman that got arrested by them. She was actually strip searched while she was unconscious, and this was after they'd cut her underwear off. So when she was released, she questioned this. She didn't get any further, so she put in a subject access request. Now, this took a bit of time to go through. This is why it's only just coming out, because obviously we know the police resist anything like this as much as they can. But she requested body cam footage, station footage, and records surrounding her arrest. Now, she's claiming she was sexually assaulted during all this, but I can't say yes or no, and neither can anybody else, because it would seem that some of the records were falsified, and as per usual with the corrupt police in this country, a lot of the body cam footage and station footage has miraculously gone missing with no explanation. Now, this follows the police MO. When they've been out of order, bullying, doing stuff like this, breaking the law, that footage seems to be miraculously just fucking disappeared, doesn't it? Well, now the MP for policing has got involved. Obviously he's playing it down because it's the police, but he said it will be looked into. It's gone to the IOPC, who we know are just as fucking corrupt as the police anyway. So, you know, unless this poor woman forces this to court or there's government involvement, they'll get away with it. And if they get called out over it, they'll throw somebody under the bus, pay her a bit of compo. We're sorry, we will change our ways and we will soldier on. And this is the thing, they won't change their ways. We've seen this. They've been told to change their ways. They've been told to sort themselves out, and they've done absolutely fuck all. I mean, with what they've said and what's been going on, what's gone missing, I'm leaning on the side of believing what this lady is saying. Don't take it as Jen, but the evidence of just the missing footage tells me there is something afoot there. I mean, I've said the police have gone rogue, they're out of control, and why they're like this, they're no good to themselves or us, and unfortunately it's gonna break down, and I foresee big trouble on the streets because the police are just out of control, and there's far more of us than there is of them. This is what they don't seem to realise. But before I finish today, now I know a lot of you don't watch TV or have access to TV. There was a programme on Monday night, and I've been trying to find out if it's repeated rather than say go and watch it through the replay or viewers, whatever it is that telly's use now. But this programme was Greg Wallace, the British Miracle Meat. Now this is repeated again on Friday night on Channel 4 at 11:05 in the evening. Now what this programme is about is a well-known foodie, chef, whatever, tasting meat grown from human cells. Yeah, get that. They are growing meat in labs from us. Now I find this quite revolting. I didn't see the programme, but the lovely Mrs. W did, and she did tell me a few things that were in there, and I will be making a point of watching it Friday night, and I would suggest that everybody does. I mean, this is how can they say... What are the vegans going to do? The vegetabilists? Because it is grown meat from meat, essentially. It's human meat. Are they trying to turn us all into fucking cannibals or what? But unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I'll leave it there for today, folks. That's getting on a bit. There will be a live on Friday. I've just got to sort out what time. Because I have got a telephone appointment with one of my consultants. It's supposed to be at 2:30, but as usual they're fashionably late all the time, so it may be a case of either I go live a little bit later, which will give more people a chance to come in, because there are people I know that just drop in right at the end because they've just got in. So what I'm going to do to try and alleviate any interruptions and anything, I'm going to say I will start the stream at 3 o'clock rather than just after 2. That way I should have time to take the phone call if it comes in on time. And those of you that do turn up late, through whatever circumstances, I know school runs, finishing work, getting home, and we'll run on whatever time I start later than normal, we will run on that time afterwards. So it'll give you guys a bit more of a chance to come in. Might get a few more in there. It's always a chilled stream. As you know, any bitching and moaning, you're out on your ass. I am making another decision. This probably won't happen for a couple of... I'll talk about that later. I've gone on far longer than I normally do now. But anyway, guys, thank you for your continued support. It does mean a hell of a lot to me, especially now we're approaching my target figure of subs of 500. It would be nice to see it get there. I don't particularly want any more. If people want to join over the top of that, absolutely fine, but that was always my target. Nice little manageable community where everybody can talk, and more than anything I can reply to everybody. So hopefully that'll all sort itself out. But until tomorrow, guys, as always, thank you for your support. My respects to each and every one of you for that support. And until I see you again, stay safe, stay strong, stay free from the tyranny and the fear. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Don't fear them. Respects, guys.